What is up, guys? Son Jetzu here, and today I wanted to go ahead and talk about whether or not we deserve a Total War Rome 2 remastered version. And when I say remastered, I'm talking about the way most games have been remastered. Last of Us, Skyrim, just essentially made a lot better and updated to the specs that basically we have right now, also making it look a lot prettier. And so some of the first things that I would like to do for this edition that has not been confirmed, this is just a discussion video, it has not been confirmed, I wanted to ask you guys this question is, I would like to first make it digitally visually stunning and visually looking like Rome, Total War Warhammer, and the human nations in Total War Warhammer, Empire, Bretonia, well, the rest of them kind of just look like Empire for right now anyway. They are, the graphics, oh, Chaos, there you go. The graphics are just so much better than Attila, so much better than Rome 2, that's kind of the standard that I would like to go by. I would like to keep it like that, make it look as good as that game looks, Total War Warhammer looks. The other thing that I would like to do is I would like to keep matched combat from Rome 2. This might be a controversial decision, and a lot of you guys, I know a good portion of you guys don't like the match combat, especially not in Rome 2. That's more of a Shogun 2 style of fighting. But for me, one of my favorite parts about Rome 2, one of the best parts of Rome 2 is how, it is visually stunning for the game that it is. At some point, it gets that way. I think after a year of updates and stuff like that, it finally gets there, and then until it kind of rounds it off. But the match combat, the kill animations, all that was so much fun. We don't get too much of that with Total War Warhammer, so I would like to go ahead and keep that from Rome 2. And I know with Attila they're doing there's a mod coming out that brings Rome 2 to Attila, essentially. And that's all well and good. You guys can go ahead, and keep doing that great work on that mod. But again, a remastered version would be pretty cool to have. A lot of gaming companies are doing it. What's it called? They did it for the Elder Scrolls. Instead of making a new game, they remastered Skyrim. So it's not far-fetched to think that they could remaster this game. A couple other things that I would like to keep, that I would like to put in the game is the government system and family system from Attila. Warhammer really doesn't have much of that at all, really, in my opinion. It's very hollow, especially when it comes to most of the factions. But I like how they did it in Attila. In Attila, it's actually a lot of fun to have your king, to have your princes, and all that, and have the people who are ruling your family, and seeing how long they can last, and then having them do like political intrigue against each other and stuff like that, as opposed to Rome 2, where it's just not, it's way less there than it is in Total Warhammer, or at least Total Warhammer tries. Rome 2 did not. So I would like to keep that from Attila. I would like to bring back civilians from Attila. It's easy to just be like, oh, well, why don't we just make Attila, they just reskin Attila and make it Rome 2. Well, that's the thing, though. I think that Warhammer has much better graphics and animations, and just the way the character models look. I think it'd be a lot cooler if it was in Total Warhammer, I guess, the way those characters look, the way those units look. So, so just bring back the fire, bring back civilians. Obviously, I want naval combat, something we don't have in Total Warhammer. Sieges, I don't want them the way they have them in Total Warhammer, honestly. I would like to keep them the way they are in Attila and Rome 2. One of the biggest things I would like to change, that it's not in any of the games besides Shogun 2, is I would like to take the resources. I want to keep the province system and the edicts, but I want to take the resources out of the city. I want the city to only be able to build on top of itself, and in Total Warhammer, essentially that's the case. the city can keep building on top of itself for the most part. And but in Total Warhammer, you still have resources and stuff inside the city, in the city management. I want to pull them outside of the city and put them back in the provinces and back outside your lands, just like in Total War in Shogun 2. Essentially, that way, if you're fighting or at war with an enemy, you can raid their resources and cut them off from vital resources, and it feels more like actual war. I don't like the way they've done it since Rome 2 and Total Warhammer. Also, I don't like not being able to raid those valuable resources and and then watch the map as it burns up. There's something even in Civilization you can do. You can burn up the resources, the farmlands. If you're at war with a nation, making it look like they're actually at war. It's kind of bland in Rome 2 and Attila, and even Total Warhammer. When you're at war with another nation, you're just essentially going after their major cities, which is, in my opinion, again, boring. And I think that's basically essentially it. Last thing, actually, there are probably more things. I may make more videos on this topic in the future. I know I do want to make one for a remastered version of Medieval 2, but I think that I don't want to remaster Shogun 2 or Napoleon or Empire, because I think that's going to be the next actual historical Total War game, a Victoria style game. And Shogun 2, I think it's perfect. Do not touch that game. But I think that if one thing that you should bring from Total Warhammer, one of the other things you should bring from Total Warhammer and put it in Rome 2, is making each faction feel different. In Total Warhammer, every single faction feels different. They all have their different quest lines, they all different feel to them, they all different governing systems. Well, governing systems, don't play around too much with that, but they all have differences that make them play essentially fundamentally different. It's going to be harder to do it in a human setting, in an earthly setting, but in one of the interviews, one of the Wood Elf interviews with the people who had made the Wood Elves, one of the devs, he was saying that going forward in the future, they want to make sure that each faction feels different in Total Warhammer and in the historical Total War games that are coming in the future. So they're already going to be planning on doing this with the historical Total War games that are coming in the future, such as, possibly a Victoria, maybe Three Kingdoms, maybe. I doubt it though. And so if they're doing that with that, I think if they do a Rome 2 remastered edition, then they should definitely do it like that. Put in that work and make sure that each faction, Rome, feels different than Carthage fundamentally, or feels different, plays different. I guess maybe is a better way. Has different sort of quest lines and stuff like that. Bring back quest lines. Just take the best things from Attila and Total War Warhammer, and that's what you put in Rome 2. And keep the best things from Rome 2, which there aren't that many. And, that's the game that you should make if you made a remastered version. Thanks, guys, so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think of a remastered Total War Rome 2. Should they do it? Will they do it? Probably not, right? It's probably just a dream, fool's dream. I'll make a video of Medieval 2 remastered, what I would like to see in that, because they said they're not going to make any more 2s or 3s or anything like that. So unless they're trying to make a specific, unless they change the title to it, I doubt we're going to see medieval, and like a medieval period, unless it's like the Renaissance or something like that, or when Pike and Shot was, which is not really medieval then at that point, but because we already got the Dark Ages kind of with Attila. So anyway, drop me a like, guys. Let's see if we get over 50 likes for a remastered version of Rome 2. As always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. I really do. It's been a great beginning of the year. You guys have stuck out with me. The ones that have. Thanks to the new subscribers for subscribing. I'll try my hardest not to let you guys down. I had a lot of commitments, so you guys can tell I'm a little. I'm humbled by you guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. This is gonna be Jetzu signing off.